Hello, welcome to Yoga Basics. I am Olivia Rayner-Shine, and today we will be covering Surya Namaskar. We'll do Sun Salutation A. I'll cover it in English as well as Sanskrit. We'll break it down with the dristi and the breath. So I welcome you to try this in your own environment, find your nature, working with the concept of ahimsa and satya. It's very important that we are non-harming to our beings and that we are living within our truth. So don't push yourself too far. The sun salutation is here to bring heat, and it's here to warm you up to start your day or to keep yourself going. So let's get started in Tadasana mountain pose. At the top of your mat, you're welcome to find your feet together in Samastitihi, or if you'd like to take hips distance, wherever feels comfortable. I encourage you to stick with one alignment for each day. Try something new, but while you're practicing it, see if you can find that footing each time. So we'll start in Tadasana, a firm foot, lifting the toes and spreading them, lifting through the knees to engage the quads. The calves are engaged. We're building heat already. Lifting through the glutes, a gentle tuck to the pelvis, lifting through the core. The hands can rest at the sides to allow the chest to gently lift. A soft tuck to the chin might be necessary to prevent any overarching of that neck. We'll breathe here, lifting through the center with each inhale. We'll go ahead and take 3 breaths together before we get started, just to get this Ujjayi breath engaged. Through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. Keeping those ribs tucked with your inhale and exhale. And with your next inhale, we'll lift the arms over the head, gently lift the gaze. We'll take a pause here in Urdhva Hastasana. You want to keep your ribs and pelvis engaged to support your body so that you're not leaning and wobbling, feeling your breath as your stronghold here. A gentle lift to the gaze with your drishti. If you can, get to the thumbs. That's fine, but you can save that for later also. This will be your inhale. We'll inhale for Urdhva Hastasana, and we'll exhale to send the chest forward and the hips back. If it's your first forward fold of the day, you might take a gentle bend to the knees, allowing the crown to drop and the hips to lift high into the sky for Uttanasana, forward fold. Allowing the hamstrings to expand as you keep the core engaged with your Ujjayi breath. We'll exhale here, and with your inhale, lift the gaze and lift the chest into a flat back, half lift. If you have your hands tracking up your legs, that can feel nice to help stretch out those hamstrings. Or maybe you have your hands close to the feet as we're preparing to have a step back for our chaturanga. So with our inhale here, we'll take an exhale to plant the hands, and you can just walk it back for our first plank. We'll take a short pause in plank, and as you exhale, bending the elbows into the rib cage for chaturanga, allowing the elbows to come to a 90-degree angle. You can lower all the way down to the mat for this first one, releasing the toes. A gentle lift to the gaze to warm up the spine with your inhale. We'll take a gentle cobra here. As we warm up the spine, we might work our way up into an upward facing dog. And this will be our inhale. And as we exhale, we'll lift the hips, flipping the feet for downward facing dog. Again, if this is your first one of the day, feel free to bend at the knees, allowing the weight to shift gently from each foot
But what's really important here is that you allow for a long spine. Tucking the belly button, your gaze can start at your toes, working your way up the leg as we find strength through the shoulder girdle, pressing through the pointer finger knuckle so that we could almost lift our wrists. Breathing here. With your exhale, we'll look to the top of the mat, bending at the knees, and using our inhale, step up and lift the chest, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to let it all go for Uttanasana, forward fold. And with your inhale, root to rise, grounding through the feet, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze to the thumbs, and exhale to let the palms release at your sides for Tadasana. So let's go through that a few times. We'll talk through the dristi a little more, finding your strength, spreading those toes, gently lifting through the arches, allowing the glutes to be engaged to support your core as you lift through the center. Inhale and exhale. And with your next inhale, we'll take the arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, send that heart forward, Uttanasana. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. And with your exhale, plant those hands and step it back. Bend the elbows for Chaturanga. Inhaling to pull the chest through. Looking up to the third eye for upward facing dog. Exhale to lift the hips. Flip the feet. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Tucking those armpits into the ears, continuing Ujjayi breath, smooth through the nose, listening to the heartbeat as we build heat in this Surya Namaskar. Allowing those heels to melt towards the earth as the tailbone rises. With your next exhale, we'll look to the top of the mat. And with your inhale, taking one giant step up, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze. Exhale for Uttanasana. Inhale to lift the gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, Tadasana. We'll keep that going. Inhale to look up. Exhale, send that heart forward, hips back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, if you're ready, you can jump back for Chaturanga. Inhale, looking up to the third eye, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, looking maybe towards the belly button with your drishti. We'll take 3 deep Ujjayi breaths. Feeling full body engagement, allowing the arms and the feet to bring in the warmth in this supported inversion. A nice slow inhale, and with your exhale, looking up to the top of the mat. If you're ready, you can bend at the knees using the inhale to pop it up. Looking up, exhale, Uttanasana, finding that belly button with the gaze. Inhale, taking it all up overhead, and exhale for Tadasana. Again, inhaling to take the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Flip it for downward facing dog. Breathing, taking any notes, allowing the expansion in the spine, pressing through the knuckles, tucking those elbows in. Breathe here. With your exhale, you can look to the top of the mat, bend at the knees. With your inhale, looking up, half lift, flat back. Exhale to let it all go. Inhale, root to rise. Take it up overhead. Exhale for Tadasana, last round. Inhaling for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, looking up to the third eye. Exhale, plant the hands, jump it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, swoop it up. Exhale, lifting the gaze, lifting the hips. Taking the gaze to the belly button for our last downward facing dog. Breathing here, lifting through the belly button, keeping engagement through the rib cage. Allowing those hips to be high in the sky. Take a nice deep inhale. And with your exhale, you can look forward, bend at the knees. Make your way to the top of the mat with an inhale, looking up. Exhale, let it go for Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the crown, looking up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms at the sides for Tadasana. And that is Surya Namaskar. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. Take a nice little Shavasana, or if you'd like to take a few more rounds of that, that's always welcome. I like to do a sun salutation a few times a day. Every day is different. I would like for you to experiment with that and find what's right for you. Keeping in mind ahimsa, nonviolence, and satya, truthfulness. Thank you.